Anywhere you go, you belong. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
Okay, what are you saying, people, and welcome back to another live stream. Hope you're all doing well. Like always, guys, any pairs you're looking at, feel free to leave it down in the chat. We'll take a look at it together. Any questions you have, any analysis, or something you want to share, trades, let us know. We'll take a look at it together. If you guys do want to check out my Telegram channel, I do have a link to that in the description and also at the top of the chat. I do post my trading setups, my watch list, the pairs I'm looking at, and videos that I do as well. So make sure you go check that out if you want to. Links in the description. And finally, if there's any, if you want to check out IC Markets, the broker that I'm currently using, I do have a affiliate link there at the top of the chat. So feel free to use that link if you want to. If you are looking for a broker. But yeah, guys, welcome back to the stream. Hope everyone is doing good. Good morning, Casper. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. Hey, Ross, what are you saying? Welcome to the stream. Gold, sure thing. We'll start with gold, actually. Gold's been falling out the sky last time I checked. Yeah, it still is falling a little bit correctively. So it's not really impulsive, anything too crazy, but it is very, very bearish. You can take a look in the daily and see what's happening with gold. So yeah, we've been expecting gold to roll over. Still got more downside left. Still looking for us to eventually take out these wick lows here. So still room to the downside, still short bias. Nothing really new has changed. You're only really looking to sell this thing. yeah, if you want to get involved with this, we have taken out that support low as well, coming to some areas here where we could see a bounce around the 1700 mark. It is a big psychological level, so I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a bit of a bounce to gold. So maybe now's the time to actually look at some gold longs, but again, I would expect them to be short-lived. So if we do come up back into this sort of area here, where you can see 1724, when the market is acted as support, consolidated, big move to the downside, tap back into that area, and another big move. So if you do see something like that, that might be a move to look to capitalize on for the longs. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit aggressive because you are counter trend trading. But it's completely up to you. If you just want to wait for the shorts, then yeah, that's what I'll be looking to do. Wait for the shorts, really. Not really interested in buys, but from a day trading point of view, maybe even scalping, you can probably catch a nice move to the upside potentially. But yeah, coming back into this area here, 1724, 1725, shorts will be looking good, and also this area up here as well. So if I can get a retracement to one of these two areas, 100% we'll be looking for some shorts. Again, we'll have to judge the price action when we get there. I won't just short straight away, but if I can get some good confirmations, yeah, 100% we'll be looking to short from one of those two areas. And targets again for the sells would be, these lows here. Let me just draw a nice little zone there. So the next target will be these price swing lows, and like I said, expecting that 1676 wick to be taken out as well, so on the weekly time frame. So yeah, for me, gold onwards and downwards. If you want to feel a little bit brave and take advantage of some pips, you can look for some buys. I would just stick with the sells, to be fair. So if I can see a pullback to one of these areas, that'd be fantastic. And just see the next bearish swing happen. If I do whip out the old Fibonacci from this high to that low there, you can see it does come into the 50% region there as well. So some nice confluence around that area. And obviously that level around 1740 is always a good level to short. You can see the reactions we've had from that area as well. So if you do get up there, shorts will be looking just as good as well. So yeah, with gold, still bearish bias, looking for this to come down. Nothing really to do here. It's not even ready to be bought yet, really. But yeah, I'm going to be focusing on the sells, looking for this one to head a lot lower. What are you guys looking to do with gold? Are you also looking to sell? You're looking to take advantage of some buys because we have collapsed out the sky a little bit, coming into the daily support around the 1700 mark. So you would expect a bit of a bounce from 1700. But yeah, I expect the market to go further. Hey UD, welcome to the stream. Hope you are doing well. Good morning. Good morning. So gold's still expecting more downside. DXY has been a little bit funny. I mean, a lot of dollar-related pairs have been reacting quite bullish to the dollar. Not bullish to the dollar, but the dollar's been bullish against it. So pretty much all indices, commodities, oil, gold, silver, currencies, Euro USD, AID USD, Pound USD, and DUSD, all those pairs have been collapsing out the sky, whereas dollar hasn't really pushed to the upside. It's kind of just consolidated for the past few days. A lot of other dollar pairs have seen a lot of movement, whereas DXY is actually just moving sideways. So it's not like we're seeing too crazy bullish momentum here for the DXY. It's just sideways, which does correlate quite well to Euro USD, which again is sideways as well, to be fair. So that does make sense on that behalf, but a lot of other pairs have been falling quite aggressively, whereas DXY hasn't really done much. So I do think a breakout is going to be building up here. Which way? Not too sure yet. Even if we do break to the downside, I would still anticipate dollar heading higher. So we could do something like this to tap maybe back into some of these areas, and then from there go bullish, or we might just break to the upside and start to fly from there. Depends what DXY wants to do, but whatever happens, you can see the arrows are pointing to the upside. So yeah, only really looking to buy. Looking to sell, maybe buy at 70. That makes sense for gold. Because I would expect to see a bit of a bounce now. We've kind of sold off quite hard, so I would expect that bounce to come. Doesn't have to. Again, a lot of people will be trying to buy this with just the thought process that, okay, gold is falling a lot, let me buy it, it's got to go up. So a lot of people will have that kind of mentality buying this. So if you do get into any buys, make sure you're waiting for your confirmations and make sure it's a good buying opportunity, not trying to force it up. But 1700 is a great place to look for some longs. But yeah, I still do see more downside for this one. So if we do see a nice push to the upside, take advantage of that rally if you want to, but get ready for those sells when that rally starts to run out of juice, because 1680, 1670 is looking good still. But yeah, I do agree, could see some short-term upside for the gold. Hope you are well, doing well too. That's good to hear. It's actually my birthday today, so yeah, I'm doing pretty well. Unfortunately, I did get stopped out at break even for CAD CHF, so I was expecting a little bit more birthday luck from this one, but as you can see, a huge bearish candle came to the downside and knocked out my trade, unfortunately. To be fair, with this one, price was struggling to break through that resistance, so it was massive red flags at this level, because on the stream yesterday we were kind of breaking above. I said I do want to see price close back above this level to get that second potential breakout, but we formed a big wick and just pulled back below and then got a bearish engulfing. So at that point I already took a little bit more profit off, because I knew at that point it's going to be a big ask for price to break back above that 0.746. So yeah, so for CAD CHF, did take a partial win with that. Obviously not full target. Full target's all the way up around there, but has come back to break even. So it's good management for the trade. I was looking to see if the weekly time frame can kick in, but right now all we're doing is just firing a lot of wicks to the upside. And CAD CHF is not one of my favorite pairs, to be honest. It does wick around a lot, but maybe it's this level that is causing that friction for price there. So yeah, out of that CAD CHF trade, but I'm currently still in AUD/USD. I'm currently still in AUD/USD today, so still looking for a price to push to the downside. It has hit the second target, so I have locked in around 80% of the profit on this one, but I'm going to be holding on to the full swing. I'm feeling lucky today. Well, more or less lucky, but it's going to be a long time to have to feel lucky for, because it's not going to move to my target overnight. But yeah, I'm going to be looking for the full swing for this one. It has hit my second target, so I've locked in about 80%, which is the vast majority of the profit. So it's not like I've got a considerable amount left, but I'm still looking for AUD/USD to fall a lot further. So hopefully you can push price past those levels. What do you think of GJ and EJ? You're shipping. We'll take a look. Hey, good morning, Paul. Happy New Month to everyone in the house. Yeah, it is a new month. Yeah, it is new. Actually, the monthly candles, I need to actually go through the monthly candles as well, because they do have a lot of information about them. But yeah, August is over and it is now September. But yeah, I'll take a look at pound JPY and Euro JPY and USD/CHF, no problem, Deek. How's AUD/USD going? Yeah, we'll quickly run through that. Hey, thank you so much, UD, thank you so much. Yeah, you too as well, keep soaring as well, keep soaring. Everyone actually on the stream, keep pushing. But yeah, we'll go through some of those pairs. Hey, thank you, JL Lee, thank you so much, bro. Wish you a lifetime profitable, and you as well. But yeah, AUD/USD is still going pretty well. It's seeing some upside right now, but is reacting to that 0.68 region, which we were expecting price to do, which was the second target. It's a target for a reason. As you can see here, it was that resistance, last kind of down move before we started this up move there. So I knew this is an area that could see some profit taking and maybe some buyers step back into the market, and also had the confluence of the 0.68 there. So did lock in about 80% there, but I'm leaving 20% to run, because I do feel like we can go back down to the lows, especially if my analysis is correct for the dollar, and we do see more dollar strength as well. So yeah, I'm still going to be holding on to these shorts here for AUSD for the long term, back down to these lows. Don't know if you guys are going to do that as well, but obviously manage to trade how you want to. And I'm also looking at a potential retracement back into this level of resistance here, 0.68879, for potential some additional shorts for AUSD. Come up there from another lower high, retest that level. I'll probably try and see if I can get back in into another position for AUSD. And again, same targets all the way back down there as well. So yeah, I'll actually be looking to see if I can get another position, but only if we do retrace back up to this level. If not, I'm just going to let it do what it needs to do. But yes, 0.68857, around that area, I will be looking for some additional shorts. And of course, I'll let you guys know in the Telegram if I do get something. But yeah, we'll take a look at pound JPY and euro JPY. Morning Miko, I'm needing a TP on my USD CAD day trade. Do you think I should change or trading stop loss? Okay, we'll have a look. Hey, thank you so much, Poppy. Much appreciated, man. Much appreciated. Or woman, I don't know. Not going to assume the gender these days, but yeah, thank you very much. So yeah, GJ for this one. It's been hectic. Let's be honest here. I mean, I don't know what price is doing right now. It's trying to do something. At one point, I thought we were going to see a break to the upside and start to see a lot of strength coming in the market, especially when we did see a lot of yen weakness at the start of the week. However, that was short-lived. Market formed another lower high and came straight back down, and now it's just having trouble breaking through that same support. So in all honesty, really, I would say stay away from pound JPY until something happens, until we start seeing momentum come back into the market. It's not really worth it. On the lower time frames, maybe you might be able to snatch a few pips here and there, but even that, it looks very, very corrective. So yeah, I would stay away. In terms of direction, I'm still favoring shorts. I'm still favoring price to get down here. So you know, that's what I'm still looking at from the higher time frames, because the daily is awful in this region, but we are still forming these consistent lower highs, as you can see, with the equal highs up there, lower high there, another lower high, potentially lower high as well. So the market is slowly pushing to the downside. So I do think we can reach those lows back down there. But yeah, we have to break out of the consolidation, of course, if you want to see that move. And we could still break to the upside. But yeah, my bias is still short, but of course this is not a good shorting opportunity coming back into a key support like that. At the start of the week, I did say if you can snap through this area, that would be a nice time to short. We did break through the trend line. Actually, we're having quite a nice retest of that, but we haven't broken through the support, which is actually the more important thing that I want to see break, which is around 161,200. So if that level can break, shorts can open up, and we can push that to the downside. If we start taking out some of these structures here, so if we can take out this high here and even take out this high there, that's when I'll start potentially switching that bias and looking for longs. So if you do see a big move to the upside, something like that, pull back, you know, retest maybe some structure, that will start looking much better for longs, because at that point we're actually seeing some momentum come back to the upside, and then we can look just to get onto the back of that and trade it to the upside and just follow momentum, really. Because with all of this consolidation, price is just building up. The longer it consolidates, typically the bigger the breakout, really. So if you can get a big push like that, that's when I'll start entertaining buys. Other than that, I want to see a break of 161,200, and then yeah, sales back down to 159,460 is what I'll be looking at. But right now, I am not seeing any really clear opportunity for this pair. So yeah, I hope that makes sense on pound JPY. Euro JPY, very, very similar pair. Again, I said to you guys looking for sales for this one. Still am looking for sales, but again, I'm still waiting for 138,500 to break. If this level can break here, or maybe, yeah, to be honest, I just want 138,500 to break, because we have closed above this region here, which is not a good sign for sales, but I'm giving some room for false breaks. So this next candle, this daily candle, is going to be very, very important for me. It depends if we, you know, continue and push to the upside. If that's the case, then yeah, fair enough. I'll be looking to change my bias. look for the retest, and then we can get the continuations potentially back to these highs up there. If this is a false break, because it wasn't the strongest close in the world above that zone, if we do close maybe a bearish engulfing on the daily back down here, that would be fantastic. And then tomorrow, a bit of retracement, retest, then catch themselves to the downside, because I'm still looking for that potential lower high from this daily structure here. We've got a prior low there. Prior high, prior swing low was still inside that range. So he still could be forming a lower high to come back down. But yeah, I wouldn't look for buys just yet. I want to see price really clear that level. Then we can look for the retest and continue that momentum. So yeah, for Euro JPY, I'm still waiting for us to clear this support, or maybe give me some more price action, and then I'll see what I can do. But at the moment, I'm still looking for 138,500 to clear, retest it, and then sells to the downside, or strong close above today's candle, and then we look for the retest and just follow momentum to the upside. But yeah, nothing quite yet for me for Euro JPY. So if that made sense, yeah, I'll take a look at USD CHF. USD, of course, we'll have a little look at that one. USD CHF, and you look at USD. And then I'll quickly look at USD CAD, because you said you're in that trade right now and you're looking for either trading stop loss. So USD CAD day trade, do you think should change it to a trading stop loss? It depends. It depends how much profit you've seen in terms of your risk to reward. If you're up a considerable amount, then yeah, you probably want to use a trading stop loss and just protect those profits. Because right now, it's early on in the day. We still got 11 hours and 35 minutes left, and we could still see a lot of happen. Right now, you're kind of riding that kind of Asian into London momentum to the upside, and potentially New York could actually switch things up and head to the downside later today. So trading stop loss could be smart, but it depends. If you're just coming to some profit and you've got a fixed target, maybe at this high there, I would just see the trade out, to be fair. But what you're doing is kind of just riding momentum, really. So the key levels in this market are back down over here, and we're not really trading anywhere near key levels, so there's not a lot of protection. So yeah, I probably actually would use a trading stop loss, to be fair, because what you're doing is just riding momentum, and if that momentum depletes, price could take a dive, and at that point, yeah, it's not worth taking a loss there. Just cancel the trade at trading stop loss, and then you can get back in maybe at a later date. So yeah, USD CAD, I would say trading stop loss makes the most sense, because you just ride the momentum. If the momentum goes away, you want to be out of the trade. But yeah, is your target that wick up there? Because I'm expecting USD CAD to eventually get there, but USD CAD might come down first before it goes up, and I wouldn't imagine you've entered down here, so that would probably take you out of the trade. So yeah, I'll probably use a straight trading stop loss for that, but I do still expect USD CAD to take out these highs. So if we do come back down, just get ready to get back into some buys, and then take that further to the upside. So hopefully that made sense there for USD CAD. USD CHF, again for this one, interesting price action. I was actually looking for sells for this one last week. If we can break through this support here, never got the breakout, and price is still climbing. So with USD CHF, we could still form a potential lower high. However, looking at that monthly candle closure, I wouldn't be surprised if we do actually see a lot more upside. We've kind of formed some support here, potential higher low from this big bullish candle, and I'm looking to see if we can continue that momentum back to some of these highs up there. But again, that will be eventually. I don't expect us to do that in the next couple of days or so. So yeah, for USD CHF, I would expect to see some downside reacting to this area here on the left. So I do expect to see some downside from this one, but again, I don't think price will go too far, and like I said, I do think we'll probably push up and come back to these highs here eventually. So could see some nice shorts maybe for the rest of the week, and then maybe coming into next week we could see some upside, and take USD CHF back again to the upside, because I'm still very bullish on the dollar. So I'm still looking for this one to reach that one big psychological level again. but I do think that we'll probably see some nice shorts for this one. So yeah, if you're looking at trading USDCHF, I'll say wait for this one to break some structure first. We do have a nice little swing low there. If you can snap through that with a nice impulsive break, look for the lower high, maybe might form a little bit high at this level across there, and then catch some shorts to the downside, potentially push into this area, and you do have a very key support there as well, which actually would be for some nice buys to take it back up again. So yeah, USDCHF, I would say short term could be some sells, but do wait for that structure to break first, because at the moment, yes, we've had a pretty strong bearish candle there in the 4H, but everything is still bullish. Market's still creating higher highs and higher lows there. So do wait for that structure to break before getting involved. It's at a nice area. Can probably see some downside, but I do think the buyers are still in control. So most likely you'll be trading the retracement, but then you can just get back into some buys. To be fair as well, take advantage of both sides of the market there. So yeah, hopefully that made sense there for USDCHF. I'll take a look at Euro NZD as well. I just missed that one. Where's my... Oh, okay, you're still in as well for AUSD. What's your final target? So yeah, my final target for AUSD is the swing lows down here, which is 0.66819. So that's my final target. Again, this is trying to take advantage of that full swing, because I do see us taking out these lows eventually. I do recommend though, if you're still in the trade, taking the majority of your profit, because typically when I do trades like this, the chance of price getting all the way there is not very high. The chance of price getting to a closer target, just generally speaking, is going to be a lot higher than getting to a 10R target all the way down there. So a lot of things can happen. The market might want to have a deeper retracement at some point. We could get wicked out with some news. A lot of things could happen. So it's important that you do take a lot of your profit, and which also helps with the psychology as well with holding the trade, because we might not hit that target till next week, or potentially even the next week after, because price could consolidate for a few days. We're going to have to sit through that as well. So make sure you do secure some profit. Majority of it, 70-80%, and then you can leave the rest to run, and when you do leave that 30-20% to run, that could add up to making an extra 2 R's, or 3 sometimes at the end of your profit. So it is definitely worth it, but it's going to take some time, and I'll be also looking for another re-entry at this level here. So I'll see if I can get another entry and really take advantage of that next swing. But yeah, still in that trade. Final target back down there, you could probably say around the 0.67 area, where I'll probably exit the trade and take my remaining positions. Okay, I'll take a look at Euro NZD, and I'll take a look at Euro USD and USD ZAR, and US30, no problemo. Hey, thank you, the first trader, much appreciated for subscribing. Yeah, guys, if you are having a good time on the stream, finding it useful, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. Join the fam. Everyone is welcome here, and leave a like as well. Like target is 50 likes for the stream. Let's see if we can hit that again. Hey Ernest, welcome to the stream. I'm new here. It's great to be sharing birthday with. Happy Room Escape Day to you. Room Escape Day. I've never heard that before. That's very, very interesting. But yeah, thank you very much. And yeah, you're new. Big up. Welcome to the stream. I do go live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And yeah, I just share my analysis, my trades. You guys share your analysis and trades as well. We just, have a good time talking about the charts. But yeah, Euro NZD is actually very, very in a very interesting area. And this could probably make my watch list for next week, because it's not my watch list for this week. I'm not really looking to trade this pair this week, but next week this is looking like it could develop some really nice short opportunities. So very, very high, very, very big possibility this could be my watch list for next week. But yeah, 1.65, this is a very, very key area I'm looking for us to roll back over, because we formed this major swing high there, another one there, and now I think we could be forming a potentially another one there as well. And we are coming into a very, very nice area, into that 0.5, 0.618 area on the fib, which is where I take most of my swing trades, forming in this area. So we're coming to a nice place, 1.65. Going to see if we can get some nice shorts from this one. I wouldn't short just yet. Everything's still a tad bit bullish for me. You can see prices still forming higher highs and higher lows. So I would wait for some more confirmations for this one. Maybe see if we can break through structure, kind of squeezing a little bit in this bit of a channel. So if you can break through some structure, form a lower high somewhere, then you can look to ride that momentum to the downside. And if we do see that full swing I'm looking for on the daily, we expect price to return back down to these lows here and potentially those lows there as well. So you don't have to short right at the top. Let other people take that risk. You don't have to short right at the top, because if we do see that swing, we do have about 500 pips all the way back down to those lows, and even further if we're going to look for those lows as well. So you can take your piece of the cake somewhere else. Obviously you do want it to be near the top, but it doesn't have to be the very, very top. But yeah, if that structure can break, shorts will be looking good, and we'll be looking for something like that for USD. So yeah, this one probably will make the watch list for me for next week. Okay, so yeah, I'll take a look at Euro USD and USD ZAR, no problemo. US 30, we'll have a look. Euro UD, okay. Steco, Dennis will take a look. I'm taking loss profit. Okay, that's good. Because again, a big problem with a lot of traders, I feel like, because I kind of did it a lot previously, is just leave a lot of floating profit around. And kind of not banking that profit, because you want to hit that full target. You want to push the trade as far as possible, which is actually good, because that means you're letting your winners run. And as long as you're cutting your losers short, that's good. Over time, you should be seeing some really nice profit. However, it is important to take it, because at any time, the market can do anything. And again, the only reason why I'm looking for price to come here is based on my analysis. But at the end of the day, my analysis could be completely wrong. The market could reverse and do whatever it likes. So it's important to take most of your profit off at good areas in the market. And then if you want to, you can leave the rest to run and see if you can hit those full targets. And at this point, we don't have to do anything for the trade. We're just going to be managing it every few hours or so. So it makes sense just to let the market do what it needs to do. And if it gets to our target, happy days. And if it doesn't, we've already banked most of our profit anyway. So it's all good. But yeah, I'll take a look at Euro USD and USD ZAR, and I'll move to US 30. I love your streams as you have a similar trading style to me, but you are far more disciplined. Again, it all comes with practice, and obviously experience as well. Like, once you know the cost of not being disciplined, you make sure you're disciplined, because there's many times, even not too long ago, even last month, I was trading some pairs that I shouldn't be trading and took some unnecessary losses. So even from time to time, you do kind of slip up. But you understand that, if I didn't deviate and trade pairs that I shouldn't have taken, I wouldn't have taken those extra losses. So you understand that it's actually less is more. Just create that plan and stick to it. And just follow it to your best ability, and you should do very, very well. But yeah, discipline is very, very important. But when you understand the cost of not being disciplined, it actually really helps you and makes you disciplined, to be fair. Okay, so where is Euro USD? There you are. Okay, so yeah, Euro USD still in that consolidation. Euro USD has been very, very messy. As you can see, actually, let me tidy that up a little bit. I had the consolidation there. So yeah, Euro USD has been very, very messy. Again, we were trading around the 50% region of the consolidation yesterday and around there. And I said this is definitely not an area where we want to jump into the market. Did see a bounce to the upside back into the highs, bit of a fake out there as well, maybe catching some people on the wrong side, and now we're back inside the range. So this is actually a good time to short the market with a stop loss just above the range, and take advantage of potentially a move back down to the 50% region, and if we're lucky, maybe even back down to the lows of the range, which is 0.99100. So yeah, Euro USD is looking good. Back inside the resistance, fake out 1, fake out 2. Now we're getting that retest. That looks like a great entry that can close in the next 22 minutes. So you could probably see a nice move back down to this area here, where again, you want to probably be taking some profit. It is proven to be a bit of a strong level, this 50% region here. So we could potentially do something like that and actually break out to the upside. So you do want to make sure you're managing the trade. But yeah, it does look good for Euro USD. Potentially a pushback down to the lows of the range, and after that we might get a breakout. But we've had a couple fake out now to the upside, so maybe now that we've grabbed that liquidity, we could see some more downside to the lows. I'm still looking to see if we can break to the upside personally, back into this area here. But yeah, I'm not too sure if we'll get that breakout anyway. If we do, fantastic. I'll look to sell. If not, I'll let price do what it wants to do. But I'm not really keen of trading inside that range. But if you want to and you're looking to trade Euro USD, we're back at the highs of the range. As long as we don't have the breakout, expecting us to push to the 50%, which is 0.998110 and then 0.99100 to the low. So yeah, that's what I'll be looking at for Euro USD. But yeah, definitely not the cleanest pair in the world at the moment. And USDs are still looking very, very bullish. So yeah, USDs are, I'm looking to see if we can take these highs out, 17.304, looking for us to go and spike through those highs. The market for me is still very, very bullish for USDs are after breaking through that monthly region at 16. I think it's 16. No, 15.88. So this is a very, very key resistance that we broke through. And ever since we broke through that, I'm saying we might even see USDs are come up to these highs eventually. So I do see this uptrend pushing a lot further. But at the moment, the key area I'm looking for price to come into is 17.5. So 17.5 is the next major target for me for USDZAR. Almost lines up with this wick here on the left. But that's what I'm expecting the market to head into. 17.5 is the next region, but we do have obviously these daily highs and weekly highs here at 17.3 to watch out as well. But 17.5, 17.6 is where I would be trading this towards. So with this one, you want to see a little bit of a pullback. It would be fantastic if you can get a pullback into that. A nice down move, retest this structure here. That would be beautiful. Retest that structure around 17, nice psychological level, and from that you can look for some buys and take this to whatever target you're looking for. Back to that wick, very, very likely to see some new highs, and then to 17.5, pretty likely as well that we'll get there. But yeah, onwards and upwards for USDZAR. Hopefully you can see some retracement and retest that level. If not, you could be looking at retest of this structure here on the left around 17.09. But I'd prefer price to come here. That's not as a strong level to buy from. I'll definitely want to see a test of 17. Get the buys from that. A nice push to the upside. Bob's your uncle. So yeah, USDZAR, seeing this one push a lot higher. Hopefully you can get some retracement if you're not already in the buys. But this one looks good to keep going. Obviously, dollar correlation does factor in, and it does line up pretty well. So yeah, hopefully that made sense for USDZAR. US30, I'll take a look at that one as well. Hey Hubert, welcome to the stream. USDJPY, nice back there to go up. Okay, I'll take a look at USDJPY in a second. Where is US30? I'll take a look at US30 and I'll move on to USDJPY. So yeah, US30, wow, this is tanking. This is absolutely tanking. I was not expecting these guys to drop so hard, to be fair. I was expecting them to come down, but slower than this. To be fair, if this is the trend completely changing and we're about to see a huge collapse in the market, then it makes sense why it's kind of falling quite hard. But yeah, US30, like I said, we're looking for price to reach back down at these lows, and we're looking at this being our next swing high in the market. So we're looking for price to continue to drop back down to those lows and potentially even further as well. But there's a long way down, but at this rate, we could do that pretty quickly. Hey, thank you so much, Stan, for subscribing. Much appreciated. We are coming to our first kind of key area which was this price swing low there. As you can see, big move to the upside, was resistance here as well. So what is that? 31,200 is a bit of an area of support. So again, I would not be looking to sell the market where it is now. Maybe you can probably catch some buys to the upside and some life into the market. But yeah, I wouldn't look to hold into those buys for too long. Sells from any one of these areas do look good. So if you can see some retracement back up into 31,968 or 32,359, one of those two areas looks fantastic to short from. And just push this down further. Basically, you just want to be shorting the rallies with these indices. Shorting the rallies until structure changes. Then we can look to reanalyze the pair and see what's going on next. But right now, if we do see a rally to the upside from this zone here, get ready to short it. Next targets, we've got this area down there where price found support. You can probably look at this wick here as being another target. Then finally, these lows here at 29,800. So a lot more downside to go. Actually, do be aware of this low here as well. Nice move to the upside from 31,080. So that could be another target. But yeah, any upside we see for US 30, get ready to sell this guy back down again. So yeah, US 30 bearish, and pretty much all the other indices too. Okay, so we'll take a look at USD JPY. I bought USD NOK. Okay, USD NOK, interesting. 0.975 is doing really well. Even the target 10.3 is over ambitious. Okay, we'll have a look. Hey Alison, welcome to the stream. I think USD could be bearish for sure. Okay, we'll have a little look. USD JPY, what are we doing here? Okay, so yeah, USD JPY is back at those highs. Have we taken out the wick? Yes, we have. So yeah, we have taken out the wick now at these swing highs. Now the market probably will have a pullback. But again, this is not an area where I'll look to jump into the market. You could look to sell here. It makes sense. You're at resistance, but because all the higher time frames, monthly, weekly, daily, 4 hour, everything is bullish with this pair. If I'm going to sell, I need to see a lot more evidence first before I sell. We do have this consolidation here, which we did break to the upside from. So if you could do something like this, break to the downside, retest that, that'd be a great place for some shorts. Something like that will make a lot more sense to me. A lot more sense, and they can push the trade, how far you want to push the trade. This would be a nice little level to push it into as well. 136.321. So yeah, at the moment, higher highs and higher lows are still getting printed. So yeah, you can short the market at these areas, but just understand that momentum is still with the buyers, and if at any point you could just see a big bullish engulfing, take away that price action and just continue to the upside. So I'd wait for structure to break first, at least see a pattern, a reversal pattern for us, and then we can capitalize on those shorts. And again, probably wouldn't hold on to those shorts for too long, because we could still be heading higher. There's not much stopping us from getting to 140, 141, 142. We still have to respect what price is doing here, which is trending to the upside. I have been looking for this one to reverse for quite some time, coming into this strong level here on the left, but we're still pushing through that, and we've just had a very strong candle closure above that as well. We could even be pushing back to these highs here on the left, which is at 144,800. I wouldn't be surprised if we do push up there. So yeah, we could see some downside, but again, the buyers are still in control, so don't push it for too long. And when you get a good opportunity to go long, it would probably be a very, very good long opportunity from a swing point of view. So yeah, USD/JPY shorts can be looking good, but I'd wait for a lot more to happen first before I start thinking about shorting this one. Of course, trade your strategy and in how you interpret and trade the market, of course, but that's just my analysis for it, and I wouldn't go short until I see something like that happen for this one. But I'll take a look at USD NOK. USD NOK I haven't looked at in very, very long time, so we'll see what's going on in. Okay, USD NOK. Okay, just a quick little scope. Okay, so we're pushing this to the upside. Very, very nice reversal, actually. Very, very nice reversal. Okay. Okay, this is very bullish market. I'm taking up those highs. Probably could see a push maybe into that long-term 10.61. But again, that's pretty long-term. So what was your... I bought you to look at 0.9755, 0.9755. Okay, so that's around this area. This area, not this area. And your target is 10.3s. Okay, so you're looking back to those relative highs there. It is a good target. I would expect price to get there. Looking at the structure of the market, I don't think it is over ambitious. I don't think it is. Momentum is very, very strong. Everything is still looking pretty good for this one. I don't think it is over ambitious, but I would say be wary, and it's a good place for an entry as well. Obviously, ideally, you probably want it to be a little bit more protected. So if you enter down here, then 10.3 wouldn't be so aggressive because you've got a lot of obstacles in your way before price can come back to your entry. But the real kind of level you're looking at is this level here, which ranges from 9.79 to 9.86. This is your protection because I would expect us to get to 10.3, but I would expect us to retrace first before we get there. We could have a massive explosion and just see 3-4 candles taking us up there. That would be fantastic, of course, but we might push up a little bit, retrace, maybe even retest this level and then see the upside move. And if your entry is at 9.755, then you should be okay. You should be okay. Of course, with this one, take your partials just in case price does go against you. But yeah, I would favor 10.3. I would definitely favor 10.3. You got a nice juicy level as a bit of protection, so that's a good sign. But I would also favor price to retrace before we get there. So if you're willing to hold through that retracement and the chance that price may come back to your entry price, if you're willing to see that through, then yeah, definitely push to 10.3. And I do see the price going higher as well, 10.6 as well. So yeah, it does look good, but we may retrace and you're just gonna have to sit through that one. But as long as you've taken profit, you should be good. Hey, Glock, yeah, I can't pronounce that. Hey Capital, welcome to the stream. You're at AUD. We'll take a look, no problem. US 100, of course. GJ faster breakout from one of those zones, please. I'll take a look at GJ. But if you're asking me to break GJ out, I don't have the power to cause GJ to break out of its consolidation. Gold, we'll take a look. How many pairs do you trade? I only trade 3 sometimes. I think trading opportunities are limited. Doing this, what do you think of gold too? I trade many pairs. I trade over 20 pairs. I don't know off the top of my head how many pairs it is. I think it's like 20, 26, 27 pairs that I trade. So I trade a wide range. But every weekend I'll go through all of those pairs and identify the pairs that look the best to trade for next week. And I'll create excuse me, I create a watch list around 5 pairs. So in theory, I'm kind of trading 5 pairs, not all 26. All 26 I've got the possibility to trade, but I'll create a watch list for the week. And once I create those watch lists for the week of those 5 pairs, I'm not going to trade outside of that. Obviously, sometimes, as I said earlier, I do slip up and I might take a sneaky little trade here and there outside those five watch list pairs, but that's kind of my rule that I work with. When I get those 5 pairs, those are the only pairs that I'm trading. So technically, I'm actually trading 5 pairs, but I do have 26 or 27 pairs to choose from. So there is a lot of opportunities. I mean, there's opportunities everywhere. There's actually too many opportunities, which is the reason why I have a watch list of only 5 pairs, and I'm thinking about maybe reducing it to 4 pairs, just because I want to be focused on the pairs that I'm trading and not be looking at too many other things, and have my focus scattered. Because from the way I analyze the market, I find some really good swings, and I don't really need many of those swings a month, to make a decent return. So I'm just trying to focus on the best opportunities and take advantage of them. But in truth, with the amount of pairs that I trade and what I'm looking at, there's so many opportunities. Even from a swing perspective, day trading, there's obviously going to be a lot more than swing. But yeah, I focus on 5 pairs for my watch list, and I just stick to that. But it's up to you, because there's people out there who just trade 1 pair, and there's many opportunities for them as well. But it depends on your style as well. But if you're struggling for opportunities and you feel like you're forcing trades, maybe add another pair or 2, see what happens with that, and then go from there. Okay, I'll take a look at gold for you. So yeah, gold, like I said, bias is short. Still looking at this thing coming further to the downside, 1680, 1676. Still looking at us coming back down to those levels and taking out these weekly lows here. So yeah, I'm looking at gold coming down a lot further still, but we might have some retracement, because we are coming into 1700, which is a big psychological level. And the last time we were at one of these levels, we were trading at 1800, and you can see what happened at 1800. If I just map that in for you guys, 1800, we test this level 4 times ish, 1, 2, 3, 4, and had a big collapse. So these big psychological levels, 1800, 1700, 1600, these are big levels where we could see some big bounces from. So I wouldn't be surprised if you do see a bit of a rally from this level. But like I said, getting ready to short those rallies really for gold. So I've highlighted 2 areas where shorts would interest me, which is 1724 and 1740. One of those 2 areas I would short gold with targets back down to these lows here, because that is where I do see gold heading towards. So yeah, gold, maybe short-term buys if that's what you're looking for from a day trading perspective. Might see gold push the upside from this area, but I still think that the sellers are in control. So it's up to you if you want to take advantage of the buys and the sells, or just wait for the pullback to happen and sell the market back down again. Yeah, so hopefully that made sense. Okay, I'll have a quick look at pound JPY as well. Let me just scroll up if I missed any pairs. Okay, Euro AUD, I'll take a look at that one. I'll take a look at US 100 as well. Oil sure thing, we'll take a look. NAS 100 sales yesterday was super. Yeah, all the indices are taking a big dive really. So if you're just shorting the indices, you should be seeing some nice returns. Do you trade SQQ, TQ? No, I do not. I do not. Gold is doing very well, as you can see. Finally came to 1700 as I predicted. Take the profit about 100. Yeah, I mean, well done, Anthony. I mean, did you short all the way from 1800 to 1700? Because that is a wicked trade. That was a wicked trade from 1800 to 1700. But yeah, I mean, take some profits now, because we might see a bit of a bounce, but I still do see more downside for gold. So maybe you can get back in, use some of those profits that you banked as potentially risk for another trade, maybe even take advantage of this some more. But yeah, wicked trade for gold. Big swing. Okay, so I'll go and take a look at Euro AUD, US 100, and pound JPY. So yeah, Euro AUD seeing some upside, similar analysis to Euro NZD. I do want to see this one push a little bit higher before I start looking for my shorts. I'm mainly looking for 1.49. If this guy can push up to 1.49, that'll be fantastic. Then from there, I'll be looking for my shorts, because I still do see this rolling over back down to 1.4. And right now I'm just looking at this as retracement. We have kind of broken out this bearish structure here So I'm looking at us pushing a little bit higher, get that retracement, form the next major lower swing high, form the high over there, higher high. Now I'm looking at us forming a lower high somewhere. We've broken through this structure here on the left. So now I'm looking at us forming the next lower high at that 1.49 mark. So yeah, UAD might see some more upside first. Actually, to be fair, we're actually trading at a very strong level of resistance. So might see some downside to start things off and then push back in to the upside. This was a very, very key level that I said I wanted us to trade underneath. If we got back underneath this, then I would say, yeah, cool, shorts are back on. Let's take this to the downside. But we actually used it as support and flew to the upside and broke through that trend line. So as long as we stay above this 1.455 area, I'm expecting us to go and reach 1.49. And from there is where I'll be looking for my sales for this to come right back down again. So all in all, I do see this pushing up a little bit further. If you want to get into some buys, wait for this level here to break, or if we do pull back to the downside into this level, that also will be a nice place to buy as well. Got the trend line confluence and also a very, very key level. But if we do come back underneath it, that's when we can start looking to sell the market again for UAUD. But I do see this pushing up a little bit further into 1.49. And then, yeah, that's where I do see some good sell opportunities come through from a swing perspective anyway. To the downside. Okay, so I'll take a look at US 100, oil as well, no problemo. Thank you. Please like for Miko's birthday. Yeah, give a little birthday like. That would be much appreciated. The like target is 50 likes, so let's see if we can hit 50. Actually, no, we'll push it to 55. Nah, we'll push it to 60. Let's see if we can get 60 likes for the B-Day. See if we can get 60 likes. Okay, so yeah, US 100, very, very bearish. Again, coming to an area that we could see a bounce from. So again, wouldn't sell the market. It's not the time to sell. You want to already be in the trade if you are selling, not looking to enter now. Now's a time where we could see maybe some sellers take some profit, buy a step in, maybe some retracement. So personally, if I was looking to get involved with this market, my two areas of interest would be number one, that price swing high, and number two, this swing high up there. From one of those two areas is where I will look to short the market and continue this bearish trend to the downside. So all in all, I do see this going down a lot further, but right now we're coming into an area of support. Was resistance, as you can see a couple of times, was support as well. Big moves from this area. Definitely not a place to look to get short from. Hey, thank you so much, Corner, I think that said, for subscribing. But yeah, this is definitely not the place to sell. Maybe, you can take advantage of some short-term buys potentially. But just be aware that you probably are just trading the retracement. So, make sure you don't get too greedy, because things could change bearish very, very quickly again and just knock out all those profits that you've gained. So yeah, buys will look good from this area. I do think they'll be short-lived, so be careful if you do get into any buys. And like I said, once we get to one of these areas, again, just looking to short it right back down again to the downside. And more targets as well that we can look at trading it to. Just depends how far you want to push the trade, but 1, 2, 3 main targets for this one. So yeah, more downside, but do beware, we could have a bit of a pullback. Okay, so hopefully that made sense for that one. Okay, I'll take a look at pound JPY, and then I'll move on to oil as well. AUSD, sure thing. Roshni will take a look. GJ has been sideways for the past 2 days to 3 weeks. Yeah, it's been very, very hectic to trade. I was trading it a couple weeks ago, stopped out at break even, haven't really attempted to get back into a trade. Still do have a bearish bias. I'll go into more detail as to why, but I'm not seeing any clear opportunity at the moment to trade it. Gold will go to 1680 for NFP. You reckon NFP will drop gold to 1680? I doubt we'll see that big of a move. I mean, anything could happen, but I doubt we'll see a push all the way down to 1680 due to NFP. NFP will cause some things to stir, but that'll be a very, very big move if it takes us down to 1680. It could do. But I would be surprised if you hit that due to NFP. Okay, so yeah, I'll take a look at. I completely forgot what pair I was going to say. I was going to look at. Okay, yeah, pound JPY, oil, and AUSD. I'll have a look. 1,000 pip move, nice, Anthony. That's what I like to hear. Swinged it from 1,800. Mika's your birthday today, man. Yeah, it is my birthday. Yeah, it is my birthday, but well done. 1,000 pips. That is a move and a half. And 3/4, I should say. That was a big boy move. Okay, so where are you? There you are. Okay, so yeah, pound JPY. Again, waiting for price to break out, because right now it's kind of just moving sideways, and this is a big no-no for me. I'm not trading this type of conditions. Doesn't end too well most of the time. I want to see nice trending markets where I can jump onto the momentum and just ride it, to the swing highs, swing lows, take advantage, of that momentum, especially from the higher time frames. Right now, we're lacking all of that, and the market is heading sideways. So I did say earlier, if we can go and break 161.200, then I do think we can push to the downside back down to these lows here, and then we can actually start to see momentum coming in, and then you can just jump on the back of that, ride it to the downside. We can see the market still making all these lower highs, in the market. So the sellers are still winning the battle. Buyers are trying to push price higher, but each time they do see a bounce, it just forms a lower swing high. So from that information, it tells me that the sellers are starting to take control, and that support that is still holding. Pound JPY for dear life will most likely break, unless something crazy happens. So I'm expecting to push the downside back down to those lows here at 159.460. So that's the level I'll be expecting price to get to, but definitely you want to wait for 161.200 to break before you jump into any sales. I know we're having a break and we tested the trend line, but the key thing you want to see is the break of the support. The trend line will just act as confluence to our trade, but to actually base the trade and enter, you do want to see that support break. Okay, so hopefully that made sense. Completely forgot. Okay, so oil and AUSD, no problem. Yeah, I'll take a look at USDJPY. I think the UAD will hit the 100 MA and head down. Okay, I'll take a look at the 100 MA. I normally use the 50. I don't really use the 100, but I'll take a look. Again, all moving averages are pretty much the same, and they're pretty good. They all have in the time where they bounce and they fail. What reading do you expect for NFP? I don't expect anything for NFP, to be fair. I have no clue what could happen in NFP. I don't really, again, like I always say, I don't really look into fundamentals. Fundamentals play almost no part in my trading. It has been a little bit more with the DXY and the recession and why commodities and indices are falling, but really all in all my bias and how I trade is all done with technical analysis. So if the market's making consistent lower highs or consistent higher highs, I'm going to be looking to sell or buy the market depending on the structure, and until that structure changes is when my bias will change. So yeah, I'm not really looking at NFP doing anything really. If the NFP makes price go up, I'll see what happens in terms of structure breaks and everything looks bullish, I'll look to buy on the pullback. If structure remains bearish, then I'll look to sell. Simple as that. I'm not really bothered with what NFP does, to be honest. And let's push the 100 likes. That would be huge. Not even 100 people on the stream, but I'd appreciate that. But yeah, thank you very, very much, Anthony. All the best to you too as well, man. Okay, I'll go take a look at, wow. I have to keep scrolling up. Okay, so USJPY, I did say one before that I'm pretty sure I did. Oil, okay, I'll take a look at oil. Mate, Robert, you're popping off, mate. Bloody hell. I'm trying to read all the messages, and all I see is Robert. It's kind of hard to read. I'll get to it in a second. Okay, so where is oil? Okay, yeah, oil is collapsing out the sky. Yeah, oil is looking very, very bearish at the moment. I was actually looking to see if oil could hold this support here, because it did break. Back above that support, so I wanted to see if we're going to hold, but again, this is just a very textbook false breakout. Price closed above the level of 94.95, then it just came right back down and closed bearish with a bearish engulfing. So after that, it was a clear sign that the buyers failed and the sellers are still holding this level, and ever since that bearish engulfing candle closed, we've just seen momentum come back down again. So all we're doing really is just having a breakout and retest of that structure. So at this point, I would expect to see some new lows past this point here, which is 85.80. So if you're looking to get involved with oil, all in all, it's kind of consolidating, but we still do have a pretty weak bearish trend, which is still in play. As you can see, the lower lows and lower highs pretty much since June 14th, we've just been making consistent lower lows and lower highs. So you can get a pullback into this area here. That'd be a nice little place to just short the market around 91, 92, then push it right back down to the downside there. Retest that structure, look for the low high, and then short it back down to those lows for oil, and potentially further as well. I did say we could even push down to 75. Oil was one of my bonus pairs on my weekly analysis. If you guys haven't checked that out, feel free to go and do so. It's on my channel. But I said oil could push down to 75 potentially, and if this bearish momentum continues, I wouldn't be surprised if we do push down to 75. So there could be a lot more downside with oil if structure does hold. Okay, so I'll go take a look at AUSD as well, which is actually the pair I'm currently trading. Okay, Robert, you really popped off on this one. I'll go across USJPY as well. Okay, makes no sense macro fundamentally. I had no idea. I mean, to be fair, it does make sense to what you're saying, because the market is obviously consolidating and doing nothing really. So I mean, again, with the market consolidating, it's going to break out eventually. Something's going to change for the pound JPY, and that's basically what I'm saying. I'm waiting for this to break out and see some momentum come back into the market. And when that momentum comes, as long as we can get some good confirmations, we can look to ride that momentum in either direction. If it's to the upside, we can look at buys for this. I said earlier in the stream, if you can break through some of this structure here, because the market has been making consistent lower highs, 1, 2, and 3. If we can break through this structure, see some higher highs, big push to the upside, momentum looking good, we can ride that momentum and see a possible breakout higher. If not, we'll look to see if we can break through the support and see some sells. But yeah, there's nothing really going on now, so I'm not actually looking to trade pound JPY until we actually get that breakout of the support. There's nothing really much to do with this one. Yeah, it's very, very sideways. So yeah, until we start seeing momentum come back in, pound JPY for me is still a no-go. I've entered 2 times on GJ in the short. I'm going to wait. Fair enough. I mean, you're going to have to wait for that consolidation to come through. Maybe NFP could do something. On Friday. But yeah, it's just whenever GJ breaks out, it breaks out. It's probably going to have to be some news that is the catalyst for the breakout, to be fair. But yeah, if you're not trading it, you know, just want to wait patiently to get a signal to get back involved. just buy the dollar and hold for a couple months. I mean, that's more or less the plan, to be fair. Hey, thank you so much for subscribing, PUBG. I mean, I've got shorts in AUSD, so I'm going to look to push this trade as far as possible. Not as far as possible, but into these lows here, into those respective lows. So I will be looking to push this trade back down to those lows and hopefully actually get another position onto the trade as well from this area if I can see that pullback, which may or may not happen. But we'll be looking to sell AUSD again if I can get the chance. But I do have about 20% left of my position running here, so I will be looking to see if I can take advantage of this full swing back down to those prior swing lows there. And like I've been saying for the past 2-3 weeks, only really looking to short AUSD, Euro USD, buy USD CAD, short gold, basically just take advantage of that dollar strength. And yeah, I'm just doing that with AUSD at the moment, or see if I can get actually some gold shorts, to be fair. If gold does have a bit of a pop to the upside from 1700, I'll look to see if I can short gold back down to the 1680, 1670 mark. But yeah, I do want to see some upside for gold. Okay, CHF JPY, I'll take a look. I'm buying in drawdown. Okay, I'll have a look at that one. CHF JPY. Hey, thank you so much, Rob, for subscribing. Much appreciated. If you guys are enjoying the content, please be sure to subscribe to the channel and drop a like whilst you're at it. We're trying to hit 60 likes or 100, according to Anthony, even there's not even 100 people on the stream, but let's see if we can make it happen. Some people are going to have to like the video twice if that's possible. Okay, so you said you're buying CHF JPY. Now this pair is still quite bullish. It is running out a bit of steam, as you can see, but everything is still pointing to the upside. Monthly, daily, weekly, we are still seeing higher highs and higher lows created, but obviously, as you can see, momentum is slowly dying. I'm expecting that wick to be taken out, 143.765. That is our all-time high currently for CHF JPY. I do see us pushing past that and creating a new higher high. So it depends where you've entered. I mean, are you in drawdown where you've entered a long position and you're just in some drawdown, it's not hit your stop loss yet? Or have you bought without stop loss and price has just gone the complete wrong way and you're on big drawdown? Because there's two different types. If you're in drawdown, you've entered the position and price is just trading here, then that's completely fine. That's a part of the plan. You've got a stop loss down there for a reason. If the market does push drawdown, you would expect price to eventually push in your direction. And if it doesn't and it hits your stop loss, the trade was wrong in the first place. But obviously, if you don't have a stop loss and you're in deep drawdown, you probably just want to exit the trade because you don't want to hope it will get better and just see it to get worse. Really, that's the best advice that I would have for you. But yeah, I would still expect it to go to the upside. This is a very, very key support here, so this would be a nice area it could potentially come back to before going bullish. It is starting to run up momentum, as you can see. We formed a higher high, another higher high, but it only just eclipsed that past higher high, so it's not a good sign. But I do think we can take out those highs first before we might take a bigger dive. If this support breaks, that's when I'd say, okay, maybe CHF JPY is actually gonna see some downside, because this is where the market keeps tapping into and finding good momentum from. So if we can hold this would be a great place to expect to bounce. But yeah, I would still expect price to head higher. If you're in regular drawdown, just see it through. You enter the trade, you've got to see it through to the end, win or loss. But if it's big drawdown that you weren't expecting, then yeah, best just close the trade. And take what you've take the loss you've had and go from there again. But okay, we'll take a look at USD JPY. Yeah, just take a look at oil. Hopefully that made sense. Best approach, only technicals. Yeah, technicals, you don't necessarily need fundamentals to, trade the market well. As long as you can understand the market from a technical standpoint, you should be fine. Obviously, fundamentals are definitely a benefit. It can definitely help with your trading. And I'm actually personally trying to start to understand fundamentals a lot more. To add that to my game, because as well as a swing trader, I can definitely take advantage of the market swings from a fundamental perspective. Maybe from a day trading or scalping perspective, fundamentals might not add too much to your game. It might help with the overall bias of the market, but from a swing trading perspective, fundamentals can definitely add another kind of perspective to my trading. So I'm personally looking to get a bit more into fundamentals, but again, if you understand technicals to a good level, you don't need fundamentals to trade. As long as you can go back test your strategy, and if you come out on a profit, then you should be fine. You don't need to understand what's actually happening. Obviously, it's good to, but it's not a necessity. I sold oil once it rejected 200 MA. Okay, nice. I don't really use again the 200 either, but again 250, 100, 400 great moving averages to work with, because they can have some good bounces for some good swing trades. Do I have my FX books? No, I don't have my FX book. I'm actually looked to set one up, but I use my own journaling system, so I don't use my FX book. I actually did a video on how I journal my trades, so if you want to check that out, feel free to go and check that video out. But no, not at the moment, but I might look to go and set one up. Hey, what's up, King City? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Hey, thank you much. Any pairs you guys are looking at, feel free to leave it down in the chat as well. I'll take a look. CHF JPY goes up more. Yeah, it could do. This would be a great place to buy CHF JPY 141, 600. I wouldn't really look to get involved here. It's not really, it's not really an area of value, that price. This is where you can get a nice little edge going. Another push higher, but if it does break, we could be heading a lot further to the downside. Hey, Biggie Smalls, welcome to the stream. What's the lowest lot size you trade with? Well, it depends. If I'm using like 20 pip stop loss, then I could use maybe close to one lot. But again, it depends, because sometimes I have to use a 0.5 if I'm using a different pair like gold, and sometimes when I trade indices, I do lower my lot size quite a lot, because I don't really have too much experience with gold and other indices. What I do in terms of technicals, because technicals are the same, but in terms of actually trading it, 95% of my trades are all on currencies. So Euro USD, Pound USD, AID USD, those pairs are my bread and butter. But it's only like since the past year and a half, I've started to look more into gold, and probably since the past year, I've started to look into indices. So yeah, I'm still pretty new to actually trading those markets. So I would lower my lot size quite a lot with those pairs. But yeah, it depends on my pip stop loss. What strategy do you use? Is it SMC? No, I don't trade SMC. I just trade normal standard technical tools, support and resistance, market structure, multi-time frame analysis, and candlestick patterns. Those are like the four main elements of my trading. Basically, it's kind of like confluence trading. I'm just looking for the highest probability in the market. I find a good area in the market where the market could reverse, form a lower swing high or a higher swing low, and that's where I look to place my trades. I look for patterns, and then I look to trade those patterns in the market really. because patterns, happen all the time. It's happened 20, 30 years ago. You can go back test that. It happened today as well. So patterns for me are kind of like the basis of the trading, because it just repeats itself all the time, and all you have to do is just trade the pattern. But yeah, all I use is support, resistance, candlestick patterns, multi-time frame analysis, and market structure, and yeah, that's about it. And obviously I do add kind of my own interpretation to that as well, just from my experience alone. But no, I do not trade SMC. Hey, thank you very much, Richard. Thank you very, very much. US 30, yeah, sure thing. I'll take a look. Hello, you have two Telegram account. Which one is it? Yeah, I actually do have two Telegram accounts. Excuse me. One is where people can chat with me, and the second Telegram channel is the one with I think it's like 680 people on there, and it's just where I post my charts, my setups, my watch list, and my videos. So it should be called Miko Aodu FX, and it should have my face as the profile picture. I mean, I do have the link to my Telegram in the description below, so you can just click that link there, or if you scroll to the top of the chat, if you want to do that, you can click that link there as well. But yeah, there is a link in the description to that. Okay, US 30 as the USD, will have a look. Do you ever use the order flow? I see loads of videos about it and stuff. Yeah, I've never really used order flow. I don't really have too much footprints. I don't really have too much understanding of that in the market, because there's so many ways to trade. It's incredible. And the best thing to do is just find a certain style and just try and stick with that style and slowly progress your knowledge within that style. So, trading is very, very broad, but once you find the niche you want to kind of focus on, and then you can just learn more and more about that niche, which is aka your trading style, and you can learn more and more within that kind of style. You don't want to start deviating and learn so many different things. So yeah, footprints or order flow, whatever, I have no clue what's going on over there. To be honest, maybe in the future I might look to learn it and see if I can add it into my trading style. But at the moment, yeah, I do not use that. I don't use that at all. Okay, so yeah, US 30, like I said, for this one, more downside, looking for a bit of a bounce to the upside, because we are coming into some key areas here on the left. This was our price swing low, big push to the upside from this area. So we could see a bit of a bounce for US 30, but I'm still overall very bearish on this one, expecting the markets to continue to head lower. Long term, we could see price trading back at these swing lows down there. So for US 30, I wouldn't look to sell it now, because we are coming to some support. But if we can see a pullback, a bit of a rally, we can look to short those rallies. I'm looking at first area of interest, 31,955. Second area of interest, 32,354. One of those two areas, if you can get some good entry signals around there, yeah, shorts would be looking very, very good. But the market is still very bearish, so if you're not already in the trade, the best thing to do is just wait. Potentially you can probably take advantage of some buys, but you will be counter trend trading, so it's up to you if that's your cup of tea. Or you can just wait for the pullback to happen and then short the rallies, really. So US 30 for me, expecting more downside, waiting for a pullback, and then yeah, riding that momentum to the downside. And as long as structure holds from a bearish point of view, we don't break structure, just keep looking to sell the rallies and expecting more downside from them. Okay, as the USD, we'll take a look at that one. No problemo. Gold, okay, I'll go over gold again. What do you think about prop firms? Yeah, prop firms are not bad. I mean, I don't really trade with prop firms. I trade my own personal capital. Yeah, prop firms, the kind of the system and the way they kind of set up don't really favor my kind of trading style. I would have to kind of alter my trading to trade with them. But I think they're a good opportunity. Certainly, if you don't have any, decent capital, with you, it could be a good way to go and get capital and take advantage of that. But the key thing you want to do is make sure you're taking the profits and creating your own personal capital. Because really, at the end of the day, you want to be trading personal capital. You can do risk wherever you want to risk. You can trade the way you want to trade. And obviously you keep the gains you make as well. And with prop firms and the way they're set up, it's not very, very sustainable. And long term, they may disappear. To be fair, but at the moment, if you want to do that, make sure you do your research with prop firms, because there's a lot of dodgy prop firms out there. I'd recommend just look for the most reliable, the most recommended, most reviewed prop firm. I think that's probably FTMO, to be fair. So probably stick with them. You don't really want to be going on to some new prop firms that just come out in the past kind of month. A lot of them could be dodgy, to be fair, and just take your money and run. So make sure that you are doing your research with the ones that you do choose. But yeah, don't have anything really against it, to be fair. Okay, yeah, and CUSD will have a look, no problem. And gold. Do you use moving averages as resistance points when placing stop loss? No, I don't really do that. I'll use moving averages just as confluence to my trade. So if price is also bouncing on the moving average, that's fantastic. I'll add that to the confluence for a trade, but I'll never use that as a stop loss. I'll never really use a moving average as a stop loss. So yeah, that's a no to that question. But moving averages are very, very good. But for me, I just use them purely as confluence reasons. Another reason why the market will go in my direction. But yeah, I always use a stop loss based on a level of support and resistance. Okay, so yeah, NZD/USD still bearish. Again, these lows here at 0.60603. Still expecting those lows to be taken out. Still expecting those lows to be taken out there and see some new lows past that point. Everything is bearish with this one. Monthly, weekly, daily, 4H, hourly. Almost every time frame is bearish. So at this point, there's no real point looking for buys. I know we are coming into support. Yes, we could see a reaction from there. But you're better off just looking to short the rallies. Even if we do see a bit of a pop to the upside, look for that lower high to form, and then we can short it down again. But at the moment, everything here is still looking quite bearish for me. We've broken through that support. It would be nice if we can come and retest that region around 0.61200. Come back, retest that, see some sells, and then ride the momentum to 0.606 there. And then maybe once we take out the lows, we might see a bigger push to the upside off the back of that. But personally, for me, as the USD only interested in sells, and to be fair, it's a bit too low for me, so I'm not really looking to sell this one, but I do have a bearish bias for it. So yeah, as the USD, expecting those lows to be taken out. If you're looking to trade this one, short the rallies, a retest of that 0.612 area would be a great place to base some shorts from. But other than that, I still see this one heading further to the downside. So hopefully that made sense. USDC CHF, Euro JPY, of course, we'll get into that, and gold. Do you trade synthetic? What is that? Yeah, what is synthetic? I don't know what that means, to be fair, so probably not. Well, I think what happened to gold, this is not financial advice at your own risk. On the technical point, gold is bearish, but I think fundamental point of gold can see some upside. Yeah, I mean, I would expect it to see some upside from 1700. So very, very big psychological level. So I do expect to see some upside. If I go into gold on the weekly time frame very, very quickly, you can see the region we are coming into now. And if you actually look at it closely, if I draw it in like so, you can see gold is actually since the support level was first curated in March 2021, we haven't actually closed on a weekly time frame. We haven't actually closed in this zone, so that's definitely something to take into account. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attempts to close within this area. And now we're having the 7th attempt as well. So most likely by the end of the week, we probably would have pulled back and maybe close to the upside somewhere. Obviously, we potentially could close. There's a first time for everything. And I do expect long term for us to take this support level out. But this is definitely a very, very strong level of support, which is why I do expect to see some type of rally to the upside for gold. But again, expecting to be short-lived and us to head to the downside. So yeah, we could see a bounce from the 1700 level, key weekly support. Haven't managed to close bearish in this area since it was first formed. So probably will likely pull back by the end of the week. But like I said, if we can get some rallies, into any one of these levels, I will look to short this one down and just continue that momentum to the downside. There's an imposter of you on Telegram with 4.4k followers. He actually has quality channel. Oh, really? He's got a good channel and he's an imposter of me. With 4.4k followers on Telegram. Maybe I'm the imposter of him. I mean, I've got 680 something. What? I had no idea. What is it? Is he using my name or something? How has he got 4.4k? How has he got more than me? And he is me. That doesn't make sense. But yeah, what's happening on that Telegram channel? Does it just share my post or something? I don't know. What I think about pound CHF? Okay, we'll have a look at that one as well. But I'll take a look at USD CHF. And there was another one, Euro JPY. Take a look at those couple pairs first. GJ looking to break. No problem. UD happy to help. Yeah, I couldn't find that. That's the one I told you about. This is channel. Oh, okay. Yeah, I couldn't find that. I tried searching on Telegram, Miko Aodu, but I couldn't find it. The only thing that popped up was my own channel. How's he got 4.4k? He's got more than me. That's funny. But yeah, quick disclaimer, my Telegram is free. So if you're in a Telegram and you're paying for it and it's under my name, that's just not the right one to be in. You want to report that. But yeah, I've tried to find it, but I couldn't find it. But yeah, I'm look again after the stream, because 4.4k, although that is a little bit funny, but it's not funny because people are generally paying for that. So yeah, I do need to report that. But yeah, if you guys can report it, that would be nice. Okay, so what pairs that says I was gonna look at? USD CHF. Ow. Shit, my elbow on the table. Okay, USD CHF and Euro Yen. So yeah, USD CHF, like I said, for this one, we could potentially go bearish and see a bit of a pullback for this one, because we have been pushing hard since we pushed to the downside and broke those lows. So I do think we can have a bit of a pullback for USD CHF, but I do see us long term heading back up to 1.002. So a bit of a pullback, and I do expect to see continuations. We might even break through this area, to be fair. We don't necessarily have to pull back. This is just a good area where pullback could occur. I did say earlier in the stream that you should wait for a break of structure before getting into the trade, because the market is still respecting structure here. As you can see, higher highs and higher lows are still being respected. So with this one, you do want to see 0.975, this level break, and then we can look to short from that. And like I said, one of these two areas would be a good place for a target 1 and then target 2. And then after that, I would expect the price to go bullish again. But there's a chance that we might not see this retracement, and we might just break straight through the level and just keep flying to the upside as well. So if structure doesn't break, we'd expect the trend to continue and price to keep pushing, which at that point, we don't want to be jumping into any sells, because the buyers are still in full control. So we want to protect our trades and not jump into jump into any trades or in any markets where the momentum is definitely against us, which in this case scenario is still against us. So you want to see the support level break, and then we can start to take advantage of some shorts. But yeah, USDC is in a nice little area where we could see price take a bit of a breather, but at the moment there's nothing going on here. Okay, take a look at your EM. If that makes sense for USDC Chef. Oh, is that like VIX? Is that what is that? Forgot off the top of my head. I can't remember, but I think I know. I think I know what you're talking about with the synthetics. Is that like the volume things? But yeah, the fact that I don't really know what's going on, it definitely shows that I do not trade that at all. But yeah, I definitely need to go and take a look at that Telegram channel, and see if I can find that. What platform is best to analyze chart MT4? Well, no, actually TradingView. I do place all my trades on MT4, but I do use TradingView to analyze the markets, because the tools and just the overall kind of platform, the software is just so much better than MT4. MT4 is good just to execute your trades, man your trades and moving stops to break even and stop loss positioning. And you're entering and exiting your trades. Very nice, quick and easy to do that. But in terms of actually trading the market and actually analyze the market, it's a little bit rigid, it's a little bit stiff. Whereas TradingView is very, very easy to maneuver and allows you to really, lay out things how you want them to in a nice, orderly way. So yeah, TradingView for me is great platform to use to analyze markets. So yeah, TradingView is what I use to analyze all my pairs, but MT4 is just purely for execution. I used to use MT4 to analyze my trades, but when I discovered TradingView is a quick switch, because it's just so much better to analyze the market with. People pay for Signal. Yeah, they shouldn't be paying because mine is free. So yeah, I'll go and take a look at that. USD, he is flying. Any suggestions? Yeah. I mean, there are some dollar pairs you can take advantage of, but I would wait for some pullbacks. I would definitely wait for some pullbacks to happen first. How's the DXY looking? DXY is still pushing to the upside. Yeah, it's still pushing. I mean, I want DXY to clear that resistance and now tell me that, yeah, okay, momentum is definitely back with the buyers. But in here, it's just very, very choppy. So I wouldn't say momentum is back just yet. Dollar is still strong 100%. As you can see, we've been pushing up for the past few days now. But if you can clear this level and really push through, that's when we can see another burst of strength in the dollar, and probably see pairs like gold, AUSD, Euro USD, crypto even, probably all take a hit, and indices as well. I'll take a look at GJ because people are talking about GJ breakout. Okay, so yeah, potentially could break out, but like I've said at the start, or not at the start of the stream, but previous streams, we want to see a strong 4H closure below this level, because we've had many attempts to try and break through this area, as you can see, and we've never really seen the 4H candle really push through this level. Even better if we can see a daily candle closure that will really confirm that momentum for the day is intact and we're pushing lower. But we want to see price really push through this. So I'm talking a nice 4H candle closure down at these areas here, and then we can start looking for retest. Ideally, I want a strong 4H closure really down here and just clear all these wicks here, and just clear all that kind of mess on the left, and really see a nice strong candle closure. We still got 2 hours and 18 minutes left before the 4H candle closes, so still a pretty long way left before we can identify, okay, we've got a breakout, or we just got another rejection. So if you're going to be trading this for the retest and the push down, it's probably going to be the New York session. So this candle closed in 2 hours and 18 minutes, which is around 2 p.m. UK time, my time, UTC +1. So we'll see what happens with that. But there could be a breakout on the cards. Yes, I'm expecting price to head lower in terms of the technicals. Price is still consistently making lower highs after lower highs. So I would expect the market to break down. But we need to see a break of that support first before we can confirm anything and say, okay, we can start looking for some sell opportunities. Because at the moment, there's nothing to do here on pound yen. Okay, let me just pull this back a little bit. Can you do a chart reading on T100/NASDAQ? What's T100? I've never looked at T100. I mean, I just looked at I looked at NAS. Is this T100? What is that? Okay, that that definitely cannot be it. Yeah, that's the only thing I'm getting. I mean, let me know. Yeah, let me know what it is. But NAS, sure thing. I have no clue what is going over there on the left. But yeah, for NAS, still expecting market to go to the downside here, looking for a pullback into around one of those two areas there. 12,462 and 12,638. Those are the two areas that would look good for some shorts. We're in some areas where buyers could step back into the market. As you can see, some strong support and resistance around here. So we might see some profit taking and some upside. We have really tanked over the past couple of days, a few days actually. So I do think some retracement is likely. Maybe not at this level. We might push down and then retrace. But I do think we can see some upside soon, and that will be the time to get to some shorts if you're not already short on this one. But I do see this one heading further to the downside. Long-term targets, we are looking at 11,065 back down here, and potentially some new lows as well. So yeah, shorts to the downside still looking very, very good, and yeah, expecting this to head a lot lower. So yeah, shorts for that one still look very, very good, but you do want to wait for a pullback first. Can you Google synthetic indices? Yeah, I'll Google that probably after the stream, because everyone's still got pairs to look through. But yeah, we'll take a look. I think I've heard of them before, but yeah, definitely not traded it. Do you trade them? Johnny Rope, do you trade them? Can we take a short position on? Yeah, I'd say, like I said, for pound JPY, no, I would not take a short position at all. This is still within a key level of support. It's still very, very messy. You can see wicks galore here to the downside. You want to see some really nice momentum, give us a nice strong candle closure, and then we can wait for pullback on the intraday time frames and look to ride that momentum. But yeah, I would not short pound JPY right now. It's still in a very corrective area. So yeah, do not short. I mean, do what you want, but if you're asking for my opinion, I definitely would not short pound JPY there. Euro USD 30 pip hit. Thanks, Miko. Oh, okay. Did Euro USD see some nice downside then? Where is Euro USD? Yeah, we did have a bit of a reaction. It hasn't really gone too far, to be fair, but it has hit those lows there. Again, it was a nice reaction off the high of the range. Again, that's always the best way to play a range. I will always advocate that. If you're looking to play a range, sell high, buy low. That's about it. When prices get into these areas down here, you just want to stay away. This is definitely red flag territory. But yeah, I would expect to maybe come back into 50% of the range, coming back into here, because buyers will be lurking here, might look to break to the upside, could break to the downside and head to the lows of the range. But yeah, it was always going to have a nice reaction from that level there. But yeah, 30 pips, not bad, in and out. Take the profit and run. Damn, a lot of the same comments here. Hey, thank you so much, King City. Much appreciated, guys. Come on. Like target is 60 likes for the stream. Let's see if we can get it. Because actually, you hit the 2 previous streams with 70 likes. To be fair, which is great. Thank you so much for those likes. Okay, EuroCAD, we'll have a look. EuroPound, not too sure about it. Yeah, EuroPounds is a very, very choppy pair, so it's definitely not the best pair to trade, one of my least favorite pairs to trade, but I'll have a look. Miko, I want the Telegram channel where I can chat to you. Where can I find your contact? Yeah, it's Miko Aodu FX group. I'll post the link to that Telegram actually at the end of the stream. So if you just hang around at the end of the stream, I'll post the link in the chat. But I need to grab my phone after that. My phone's not with me right now. So yeah, I'll go grab my phone and I'll share it in the chat when I end the stream. So just hang around for that. But it's just Miko Aodu FX group. It should have, I think it's got like 14 or 15 people in the group. But yeah, those are the only 2 Telegram channels I have. So any other Telegram channels outside of that is definitely not me. People just make trading difficult by using several tools. Just simple price action reduces one's stress. I find 100%, 100%. I mean, so many people. I mean, I'm guilty of that. You know, I've seen some people call it the shiny object syndrome, which is where you're trading something and then you see someone else do something else. You're like, oh, that's amazing. Let me add that to my trading. And then you see someone else do something, and another person. And you want to keep adding stuff to your trading because you think more more knowledge or more tools means more money, but it actually just means more confusion. And 100% agree with that. So yeah, if you're struggling with your trading, just double everything down. Really focus price action, support and resistance, market structure. Market structure alone is very, very powerful. Just understanding the structure of the market, that applied with support and resistance, you can create a strategy out of that very, very quickly. So yeah, double down. And then once you find a good system, then you can start to potentially add stuff if it does work with the system. But yeah, at the start, definitely less is definitely more. But I'll take a look at Pound CHF first, and I'll go to EuroCAD and EuroPound. If you get yourself a membership button, I'll be more than willing to give you $5 a month. Hey, wicked. Thanks, Poppy. I love that $5. I mean, yeah, I will actually get one going, to be fair. I'm doing some stuff in the background. So yeah, I will be getting a membership as well, and I'm also going to do some other material as well, and potentially also a Discord as well alongside the Telegram. So yeah, I will be coming out with some stuff, guys. Do not worry at all. Okay, where's Pound CHF? Okay, wow, this is choppy. King C, what did you say you're going to do with Pound CHF again? Were you going to buy, sell this one? It looks very, very choppy. I still do think Pound CHF is coming back to take out these swing lows here. Not swing lows, really, kind of just a big wick. So yeah, back down here at 1.11, those COVID lows, I do think that's where price is slowly working its way towards. So I do think we're going to take out these lows, but we might retrace first, come back and retest the underside of this level and then take the dive, because we're running out of a lot of momentum right now. As you can see, we're very, very choppy, so we might have a bit of momentum, maybe have a pullback, maybe grab some buys into the market there to actually fund that move to the downside to go and take up those COVID lows. So yeah, I do see Pound CHF going a lot further to the upside. If you're looking to take advantage of some quick buys, I'd recommend waiting for this level to break here, and then you can catch the old little retest from that and take advantage of those buys back up to 1.55. And then from there, I would expect the market to drop if we can get some good confirmations in that area. But yeah, Pound CHF is running out of steam. Still very bearish on the pair. but I think we can pop to the upside first, see the next lower high, and then roll over. Or we might not do that. We might just break through the support, to be fair. If we get that breakout, we might just continue, but I wouldn't really entertain that because we're right down at the low. So I would wait for something like this to happen before looking for those bigger sells, really. But yeah, I'm still expecting these lows to be taken out, which is at 1.11167. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at for pound CHF. Okay, I'll take a look at Euro pound as well. Should we looking to sell Euro JPY? But I'm looking to sell, but I need a lot to happen first before I actually do get into any sells. I need to see a lot more confirmations before I enter sells. The market's still printing higher highs and higher lows, so I want some structure to break and also get back underneath a key daily resistance as well. If I go into that quickly, as you can see on the daily chart, we've got this key level here. I was looking to see if the market could roll over from this area and see some downside from that, and potentially the next lower high. We've got a lower high there, lower low, potential lower high, another lower low. So I'm looking to see if we can reject this level here, but obviously you can see we just about closed above. Yesterday, so that's not a good sign. So I do want to see today's candle come right back down, back below this level here, retest it, and then we can look for some sells. But right now, there is no confirmation to short Euro Yen. So yeah, if we can break 138.500, retest it, that'll be fantastic for some sales. So I am looking to sell it, but I need a lot to happen before that. And if not, and we just see another strong close above this level, on the daily chart, another strong close above the level, then actually I'll probably start looking to change my bias, looking to see if we can catch a higher low form and actually buy it back up to those highs as well. So we could be seeing a breakout and price start flying again for Euro Yen, but I need a little bit more than that before I start, getting ready for some buys. But yeah, sells do look good, but I need to see a lot happen before I entertain any selling opportunities. Pound USD, I will take a look. Okay, I had no idea. Although it's better known as US 100, yeah, okay. I had no idea. Yeah, thank you for telling me, Matthew. Yeah, I'll take a look at pound USD, JPY, no problem. What time frames do you do your entries at? Normally an hourly time frame is where I enter my trades. Sometimes 4H, I will enter the 4H depending on risk to reward and how things are looking on the level. But most of the time, 90% of the time, I will enter on the hourly time frame. And take my trades from there. Okay, so yeah, I will go and take a look at pound USD. For them, no problem. Okay, pound USD and USD JPY. By the way, guys, we are coming up to the end of the stream soon, so I will be looking to wrap up. But I know there's definitely comments that I haven't actually read yet, or comments that I've said I'll look at the pair, but I've missed out just because there's so much information coming to me. So it's difficult to digest all the pairs. I do apologize if I have missed out your pair. I will quickly do some more pairs before I do end the stream anyway. Okay, so yeah, pound USD is still very bearish. Wow. That candle there is really pushing. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, pound USD is still falling out the sky. Wow. I mean, this has been crazy bearish. I'm just taking it all in for a little bit. So yeah, still looking for these COVID lows to go at 1.14160, similar to the setup on pound CHF. We're looking for those COVID lows to go. So still a bit more left, a bit more juice left for pound USD. Any upside we see, really looking to short this one for pound USD. Interested in buys? Not at all, really. We've broken through this low here. Revisit that would be fantastic. On the 4-hour time frame, if you can come back up into this area, that would be nice. 1.16800. If you can see some upside, retrace, form another lower high, retest this structure, that would be a nice little level to short from. Again, you can push the trade how far you want to push it. You can look for those COVID lows if you want to. They're at 1.14160. I doubt we'll get there this week, potentially maybe next week, depends on momentum and what we can see from the dollar as well. But I'm still expecting price to head a lot lower for pound USD. So yeah, any upside we see, retracement looking good, and yeah, wait for your confirmation to short this. But yeah, if you're not in the trade right now, there's nothing really much to do. I know a lot of people would be like, okay, price is so low, we have to buy this and push it up. So a lot of people would have bought in the market here with stop losses underneath here and just adding liquidity for the market to keep heading down. So at this time, it's very, very important that you stay patient and make sure you're just trading the right side of the market, which is to the downside. I'm not saying you can't get involved with long, because you can, but it just, in terms of probability, the longs are always going to be much harder to carry out than just find pullbacks and wait for the sells. You can have a lot more probability in your favor, a lot more chance for the trade to be successful. So yeah, just wait for those sells, wait for a pullback to happen. Most likely it will before we do hit these lows. We might tank a little bit more first and then get the pullback. But when it does come, you can take advantage of that. But yeah, in terms of direction, a lot more downside and looking for these COVID lows at one point, actually a little bit further down, actually 1.14 to be taken out. 1.14 to be taken out. And what other pair did I say I was going to look at? Was it Euro CAD, I believe? USJPY, okay. USJPY, I'll take a look at. Your Telegram link is in the description. Yeah, my Telegram link is in the description. Yeah, Miko Aodu FX, that's my Telegram name. I do have two, Miko Aodu FX and also Miko Aodu FX group, which is the one that we can chat on. I'll leave a link to the second one, the group one, in the chat when I finish the stream. But the main Telegram channel that I have, where I just post my trades and you guys can follow along if you want, it is a link in the description to that. So just go to the description, the link should be there. Morning, Jason, just in time for the end. Sure, get the membership going. Yeah, we'll get that going. Don't you guys worry. Yeah, wow, guys, so many charts. Difficult to go through all of them. Okay, so completely forgot what pair I was going to say again. It was USDJPY, but I don't know if there was one before that. But I'll take a look at USDJPY because a few people have been asking for that one. So yeah, USDJPY still very, very bullish market. We have taken out those highs just about at 139.399. So for me, there's nothing to do here. The market is still very bullish. This is an area where we could start to see some downside, but we want the market to give us the indication first that we are about to turn bearish, and then we can jump off the back of that momentum, jump on the back of that momentum and ride it to the downside. So this is a good area where we could see some downside. We just need to wait for the market to actually give us that break of structure, showing us that the bears are coming back into the market. But all I can see right now is a frozen screen. There we go. All I can see right now is price still very, very bullish. And we could come back, retest this, and see a lot more upside as well. So for me, USJPY is still bullish. And if you want to, you can look for a break and retest this and still buy. I'll probably advocate not to, because we do have this daily high running through there, which is not a really good area to look to enter buys into. But if you're looking to sell the pair, I'll wait to see if we can break back underneath this range, retest it, and then look for sells to the downside. And we do have a pretty clean area here that we can look to trade into. We also got a bit of a gap in the market there as well, which hasn't actually been filled. So we could see the market actually return to go and fill that gap there to the downside. So that adds more confidence of why we can see the market fall. So yeah, USJPY is a great place. I wouldn't jump into shorts straight away because, let's be honest, a lot of people will be jumping into shorts here. People can see that the market is back at the high, instantly sell. What we could see is the market still push higher. The time frames here, monthly, weekly, daily, 4H, everything is still pretty bullish. So I wouldn't be surprised if you do push a little bit higher, maybe even to 140, and then we might see that that structure break, and then we can ride that momentum to the downside. And for targets, you can look at this high here on the left, and also you can look at this level here, 136,400 as well. But don't push the sells too far, because higher time frames are still pretty high time frames are still pretty bullish. But yeah, guys, we have come to the end of the live stream. So I hope you guys have all enjoyed it. I'm still currently in AUSD, looking to see if I can get another position on this one. I hope I can, but we may not be able to. My price might just drop. I mean, if it does, you still make a profit, so it's not the worst in the world. But obviously, we can really take advantage of it a lot more if we can get another entry. But the market will give us, whatever the market gives us. AUD CAD, I'm looking to trade this one as well, but it's gotten very, very choppy here. I was looking to see if the market can hold this level, and then I would have sold it to the downside, but actually closed back above. And all what it's doing right now is just creating a big consolidation, which if we can break the lows, that'll give us a very, very good setup. And I'm not too bothered with AUD CAD either. Number one, I'm already trading at AUD pair with AUSD. Number two, if my analysis is correct, there's still a long way to go. So I don't really have to catch the top of that move. I can wait for the break, retest, and catch those sells as well, and still catch a pretty good risk to reward trade as well. But AUD CAD, I've got this one dropping and back down to those lows. Euro yen, I'm waiting to see if we can take out that support. Gold, I'll wait for a push higher into one of these levels. And CAD CHF, that one's break even, so I'm not really looking to do anything with this one. It is still retesting that level, but I'm not going to enter straight back in. I'll let this one digest a little bit and see, maybe in a couple of days what type of price action I can get. I'm not really one for jumping straight back into trades after you get back in. Main reason being, it's normally you're a little bit emotional, to be honest, rather than the price action is very, very good. You can see on the daily chart as well, multiple wicks to the downside, a lot of red flags that momentum wasn't gonna maintain. So yeah, break even on CAD CHF, but still holding AUSD, and hopefully we can find another entry. But yeah, I'll let you guys know if I do get any more entries. Hey, thank you so much, guys, for the birthday wishes. Much appreciated, my guys, and females as well. Shout out to the female traders, big up. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for coming to the stream. If you have enjoyed it, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already. I do stream every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and also I will be live with A1 Trading on their channel tomorrow. So if you do want to see my analysis again on Friday and you can't get enough of the analysis, I will be live with A1 Trading on their channel on Friday from around 3 p.m. UK time, and I think that's 10 a.m. Eastern time. So yeah, I will be live on Friday with them tomorrow. So if you want to check me out, I will be with them there as well. But yeah, guys, have a fantastic day. And yeah, I'll catch you all on the stream tomorrow if you're there. But yeah, thank you so much for the birthday wishes, guys. Thank you, Poppy. Thank you, UD, Biggie Smalls, much appreciated. Thank you, JLE, much appreciated, guys. Have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.